What's going on, everyone? Klep Napier from CritiX.com, and we are at the halfway point of Disney Plus's Star Wars Skeleton Crew. And we had the opportunity to sit down with Ravi Cabot Conyers to talk about his character Wim, where it began, where we are now, and what fans should expect from the mid-season to the finale. And here's what he had to say. Check it out. How you doing, Ravi?
Hey, I'm great. Thank you for having me on. I'm very excited. I saw your interview with Tunde recently.
Oh, yeah, he was a blast. He had a lot of good things to say about you. Specifically, I want to talk about your fandom because I know that all you guys are like super duper Star Wars fans. So, but I wanted to know, like in the beginning of this process, did you have any idea what you were actually reading for? Did you know that it was a Star Wars project?
I actually didn't. For the first audition, it was called like Untitled something 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 something. Like there was no really, there was a code name for it when we begun shooting,
Yeah.
but we didn't even know it was for Disney, let alone Star Wars, until the direct when I had a meeting with the director, I believe. And
Wow, wow. Go ahead.
then when I had the meeting, I could tell. But yeah, and the code name was Grammar Rodeo when we were shooting, because of that one Simpsons episode where they run away and then they were like, "We were at a grammar rodeo." So it's got, yeah, and it's a little bit inspired by that because they're like the four kids and then us. We had Simpsons code names when we were shooting. Like I was Bart. So it was very funny, but they couldn't put those names on the sides because it
Yeah,
would be kind of weird if there were Simpsons names
that's
on the
awesome.
sides that we got.
So being a huge Star Wars fan that you all are, like at any point, once you figured out what it was you guys were actually working on, was there any pressure at all?
It was it was a little intimidating at first, but it's hard for there to be pressure when you're
Yeah.
made so comfortable by the people around you because really everyone is such professionals. There's such professionals around you, so many experienced people, and it is such a big franchise. And there's so many different references or little Easter eggs that could be hidden in Skeleton Crew. So,
Yeah.
to prepare for that, my dad, being the huge Star Wars fan that he is, made me a little cheat sheet, to educate me just a little bit more, than I already am on on Star Wars and the universe, and all the references and aliens that may be in Skeleton Crew. So definitely he was a huge help because he knows everything there is to know
Awesome.
about Star
So
Wars.
when you first got with your castmates, who we got Kyriana, we got Robert, we got Ryan. Which one of you is the most knowledgeable about the Star Wars universe?
Oh, I think it might be all of us. I think collectively, because we're all such huge fans, I think we all started watching at the same time, and we were all introduced in the same way by our
Yeah,
by our dads.
yeah,
So I think we all have a pretty decent amount of knowledge. I feel like we did a bit of trivia on Star Wars for some of the interviews that we've done on our press tour. We
yeah.
did some trivia, and Robert, I feel like did the best. So I'm good. So, maybe Robert might be a little bit more knowledgeable than us, but no, we're all such huge fans, and I
It's
gotta give it
it's
to Robert though for knowing his Star Wars.
Oh yeah, he's definitely. I've seen some of his interviews. He's definitely on point with it. But
Yeah.
speaking of Robert, in a relationship with your castmates, like specifically with Robert, the Neil character, one of my favorite characters. He's so lovable. It- the banter between you two. Tell me about how that works on set for you guys. Like because you have a body double in an outfit. How kudos to you for being able to translate lines back and forth. But talk to me about the difficulties or it being not so difficult translating with the body double and still getting the lines on point.
Yeah, it was pretty smooth really. And when we worked, I loved, both Robert and Casey Barman,
Yeah.
his double. And we all really had so much fun and we were so comfortable. So, we did it was pretty easy, getting the lines back and forth because one, we were just talking to each other, so that was made pretty easy because we were all such good friends. And two, because Robert would wear like a little camera rig, which is basically like a helmet and then two cameras that wrap around and like track his facial movements kind of so they can, add that in post onto Neil's head
Okay.
and give him the Robert's facial expressions. And then Casey Barman would wear the full suit, like the big Neil head.
Yeah.
which was, remote controlled. The face was remote controlled by little tiny remotes that the legacy people would hold on the side and would make his trunk and ears and eyes move, and it was really funny. He's so cute, and his expressions are so much fun, and I love working with them. It's so fun to work with like a kind of a puppet. It's a little bit
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
puppet because of the remote controlled features.
So he's there with you on the set as well. So you're hearing his dialogue while she's doing the movements.
Casey would when Casey would come in, she would also do the lines, and then
Okay.
when the during the takes that Robert was in, he would do his lines.
Got you.
But
Got you.
they're not going to use Casey's voice. They were going to use Robert's. But yeah, no, we all felt so comfortable though, so it was pretty easy.
So, like some other challenges that I see that you guys are probably facing, because I know this is a huge world and there's so many special effects things going on, specifically stunt work. Talk to me. Did you do any of your own stunt work and stuff, specifically with the episode 2 with the ship, the starship? That's all you.
I'm so excited to say that yes, I did get to do some of my stunts.
Wow.
I did a lot of fun ones. I did some, tossing and turning and learning how to fall properly. And when I was dangling out of spoiler alert, when I was dangling out of the ship in the first episode, that was actually me, and I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty high up. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, it wasn't obviously as high as it was in the series, but it was pretty high up. But it was so much fun though. I love doing stunts, and everybody, George Cottle, Colin Fallenweeder made us feel so comfortable, and so that it made it so much easier to feel safe and not like we're gonna actually be dangling out of a huge ship and make it a little less scary.
Oh, kudos to you, man. You're doing it all. You're doing the stunt work. You're doing the on-camera action. You've been doing some voice acting from Encanto. Talk to me. What do you like the best? Do you like doing the on-camera stuff or the voice acting?
I feel like I do like doing on camera a little bit more, you live action. But I feel like they're both so much fun for different reasons though. Voiceover is so much fun because you're, making it might be like a completely different character that just isn't you. Like I played a shrink bug one time in a voiceover, and so that was obviously not me at all. So I got to give him a little voice, and it was so much fun. And
Mhm.
but I love live action because it's more physical, and you get to use your actual performance, your actual face,
Yeah.
and it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. It really is. Both of them are so much fun for different
Yeah.
reasons.
Got you. So yeah, we're approaching the mid-season, 8 episodes, and we're hitting episode 4. It's
Yep.
coming up on Tuesday. Listen,
Hmm.
what kind of expectations could you give the fans going from the halfway to the finale?
Really, it just gets crazier as it goes on. It gets more, there's more adventure than there already is. There's more thrill than there already is. It
More
just gets so
trouble?
much crazier, and yeah, and it goes in depth, more in depth with the characters, and there's so much growth, character growth, from point A to point B, even though it is only a week that the show takes place over. It's still there's so much that goes on
Yeah.
from before the journey to after the journey, and it really is just crazy. I'm excited
Well,
for everyone to watch it because it gets intense.
well, Ravi, listen. I'm excited. I love the series. You're showing us what it was like for us to watch this when we were your age when it first came out. So I want to thank you for bringing your talents out.
Thank
Everybody,
you.
make sure you're checking out Skeleton Crew every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Disney Plus. Thank you.
Woo!